Wow, that
Yeah.
was awesome. That
Thank
was
you.
awesome.
And you guys saw it first. I just
Amazing
barely
video
finished
to
up that
open with.
video.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Cor is our guest tonight. He's up there in Canada. We're trying to get his boss up too. He's his boss is at Ground Zero in Canada. And so thank you very much, Cor, for joining us.
No worries. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself and kind of what's going on up there a little bit.
So I am a marketing and video producer here for a diesel company. We do trucks and performance and so forth. And then we started a giveaway company last year. So basically we sell apparel and then you get entries to win a truck or whatever, right? So this year it's been interesting. Ever since the government came pushing down on these mandates, nobody can really work or make money as well anymore. Like you have a very dark future ahead of you if we're not going to do something about it. So the truckers rose up and they decided, you know what, we're going to go to Ottawa. And the people around here, all the farmers and all the big businesses, we decided that we're going to go and shut down the border. So yeah, that's where we're at, and we've been there for two weeks now, and we have to do something about it. Somebody's got to do something about it. We can't go forward like this anymore. Somebody has to do something, and what we want to get back to what we do and get back to living a normal life and not have to deal with people that don't actually represent us in our country.
So, Cor, can I ask you? So, from the citizens in that city, what does that look like for them? How are they reacting towards truckers? How do they feel about what's going on? Because I know it's disrupted their everyday life. But are they mostly supportive, or are they getting a little bit? Are the truckers getting some backlash?
In Ottawa, you mean, right?
Yeah.
As far as I can, like from the videos that I've seen and from some of the news that I've seen, is that people have been wandering around, and at first I don't think they were in support of it, but then people, they were wandering around, they're like, you know what, let's go check it out and see what's actually happening down there, right? So I've seen from multiple videos that residents of Ottawa, they came down and they came to see it for themselves, and they're like, wow, this is actually great. People are cleaning up the streets, people are having fun, people are supporting each other, and there's no race. Can I swear on this channel or no?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
God,
Like
absolutely.
there's no racist bullshit going on there, right? So, and they're like, wow, like our media is lying to us, and so they're finally realizing like what we're all about and what we want, and that we're not against them, and we want our freedom of choice, whether you're vaccinated or unvaccinated, right? We fight for you as well. It doesn't matter, but we fight for you as well. And then the truckers, they've been very respectful. Yes, they've been honking horns, but they haven't been doing that after 10 o'clock. And it starts at, I think somebody heard them honking their horns at 6 a.m. or something like that, which was pretty early, but that's probably been the worst of it. And I heard from another lady that she said that the construction site outside of her apartment was louder than the truckers. So
Cor, what's the biggest lie that you like get told on a daily basis? People asking you if it's true, or the media's told that you're like having to constantly correct?
Because
we know that there's a lot
they,
of PR stuff being done to make you guys look bad.
I think the biggest thing is that people are like, the media is just trying to paint everybody as some redneck terrorists. Like, oh, these guys are crazy truckers that are, wanting to take the mantle and do some bad stuff. I don't know really, but that's kind of what it seems like from the media standpoint, right?
Mhm.
I guess that's the biggest thing. Like, we live close to Lethbridge. Lethbridge is a pretty liberal city in my perspective. Most people there, they're like, oh man, all these slow rollers and all these protesters and these blockades, these people are crazy, right? But as of yesterday, the premier actually dropped the vaccine mandates, and now everybody's like, well, what the fuck? Like, how did that just happen, right?
Right.
So the truth is,
Now that wasn't for all of Canada, correct? Or was it for all of Canada?
no, this was just for Alberta, right?
Okay.
So
now, is it true that cops are confiscating the gases, and I heard firewood as well?
In Ottawa, yes. When I was at Coots on the weekend, some of the guys were trying to bring in fuel, and they wouldn't let them through. And they're like, "You guys aren't getting through. Like, you guys can't bring any fuel there." And so the guys, they just parked their trucks on the side of the road, and they're like, "Okay, fine, we'll walk." So they took their jerry cans and they walked right past the cops. They didn't say anything. Of the weekend, somebody else rumored that the cops are going to start arresting people that bring in fuel, which I haven't heard that happen here yet. I'm not sure if it will happen or not, but we have ways to get in there. There's big open fields, and the farmers are letting people through, so they can try, but not going to happen here. But in Ottawa, it's a little bit of a different story, right? But I did
So
hear that they are getting fuel in there.
okay, good. What's the overall support that you guys have? Like, is it fairly positive from everything that you hear and read, or is it the opposite? Or
For every 10 comments that you get, negative comments, you'll probably get about 80 to 100 positive comments, right?
it's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
No, like we've heard rumors that they're currently sending child protective services into where these are at. Do you know anything about that, or?
Yes, in Ottawa, right? Most of this crazy stuff is happening in Ottawa. The cops around here, they have been a-okay with it. I mean, they are kind of being dickheads about some stuff, like giving you tickets for flying an a Canadian flag on the back of your truck. American or Canadian, we have both here, but
Right.
they're giving you tickets for shit like that. But in
For-
Ottawa, they actually asked I don't know what you call it, the child service. Fuck, I forget what it's called, but yeah, they did ask if they could remove the children from their parents, and because having all those kids in there is what makes it so hard to go in and arrest people, right?
Hmm?
So
wow. So now you're at the border.
I am not. No, I am home.
Oh, you're home.
But
Okay.
when you were down there last week, where exactly were you at?
I was like right at the border at Ground Zero at Coots, right? And then we kind of took a peek at Milk River for a little bit and saw the party there for a little while, but then we headed back. But yeah, there's ways in there. If I head back there, I'll most likely be heading to Coots.
So a lot of the questions that obviously the media tries to demonize you guys is one, you don't have clear demands of what you're getting, and then like what are your demands, and I guess what are you guys putting at risk to make those demands get met?
What we're putting at risk here is the farmers are probably putting it, or the truckers, I should say, they're probably going to get parking tickets. The cops have been threatening to seize their trucks and maybe make some arrests and stuff like that. What we want is all mandates lifted or resign. New government, and this is happening everywhere. Like we have Windsor border lockdown. Emerson just got locked down. There's a border in BC that's locked down. Sarnia is all the way locked down. I heard that Niagara Falls is locked down as well.
I heard.
I don't. So yeah,
The bridge to Michigan was also shut down for a while,
Yeah,
and now
Ambassador
there's
Bridge.
backups. It's back open, but it's taking, I think they said, like almost 8 hours to get up there.
Yeah, so we're doing this all over the country, and the deal is we're not free until we're all free, right?
So even if they release all the mandates of vaccines and masks and all that crazy stuff, you guys are still dead set on just new government.
Yeah, there will be, in my opinion, I think there's going to be accountability to come for all these,
as there should be,
crazy.
As there should be, and here in America there should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I actually like that approach better than just releasing the mandates, because what's to say they don't do it again in 6 months?
Yeah, our deal with Premier Jason Kenney was that
Too.
you're going to release all the mandates, all of them, and then we leave. And then he came out saying that, oh yeah, well, we're going to remove the need of vaccines to go into restaurants, and children don't have to wear masks, which is a step for the kids, right? But for the rest, it's all in steps. It's in 3 stages. The next month is stage 2. You're going to drop the mask mandates if the hospitalizations and the COVID cases keep trending down. If not, then, well, we're going to have to come back and impose them again on you. So, they're throwing crumbs at us. Here's a little candy, and then you're free to go. And we said no. We said all of the mandates, and so as of then, they just completely shut the border down. We have like 15 big quad tractors out there, and they just decided that, hey, we didn't listen, so we're going to shut it back down.
Are they really shutting down the cell phone towers and whatnot to, I guess, kind of choke out the communication? Or
Not this far, no. That was a rumor. So
That was-
far, I've been able to contact everybody down there. So
okay,
Yeah,
I
because
wouldn't
that's
be
what
surprised if they tried that, but
they were
no,
shutting
I don't
certain
think.
lines down. Not all of them, just certain cell towers were being shut down in certain areas, is what
Mm.
we've heard. But
I don't know about Ottawa. I mean, I did like there's if you go on the outage map online, it does say that there are outages happening, but I don't know how bad that is or whatever. Like I've been able to see all the lives from Milk River, and I've been able to contact everybody from Coots and so forth, right?
yeah, yeah.
But they probably want to try it because they don't want the people to see what's actually going down there.
it's been nothing short of inspiring, though, to watch you guys doing what I've been begging my country to do, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting around like, what's it going to take? What's the shot? What's the event that's going to make everybody kind of unifiedly stand up and be like, we're done. And it was just because down here, like, you guys are just the politest country. Like, I've been to Canada and it's like a joke, like you guys are so polite and so nice. And I'm like, Canada? Really? Like,
I know.
it's incredible.
Well, see,
watching your video, like I'm sitting here trying to wipe all my tears off my face before we went on and seeing people coming on horseback. I mean, it's incredible. I mean,
it's a revolutionary moment. Yeah,
it is. Like you guys are having your 1776 moment. It's incredible.
Yeah, like I don't know.
Now just imagine if you guys had guns.
And that's what
well,
we're
we
all
do have guns.
unarmed.
You guys would be surprised. I don't think anybody realizes how many guns actually are in Canada, and that's not a threat to anyone. But I'm just saying, like, we have guns. We have guns. And Reese had an interview. He's the manager of the trucking company here, and he was saying like there's 3 stages to this. First, it's a peaceful protest, and then you have civil disobedience, right? Where it's like, okay, we're gonna shut shit down if you're not gonna listen because you're not listening to us. So, and then after that, if you want to come and try and arrest us, well, we're going to go back, but next time it's going to be with guns, right?
Yeah.
And he used
you're totally right, Scott. You're totally right.
He used the word like civil war, which we discussed, and we were like, it's more of a revolution.
Yeah. It's totally a revolution.
It's not Canadians against other Canadians. Exactly. It's literally us going against the government, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
No, but go ahead. Nope, go ahead.
Like this far, if we keep holding up the pressure, we don't need to do anything. We just need to stay there. We need to keep holding the pressure at all the borders, keep shutting the cities down, and the rest will go for itself, right? Like the government is panicking, like they can't do anything, right? If the cops decide, like, are the cops going to start turning on their own people? I don't think so. Do you want to start coming out at the biggest farmers around here? No, I don't think so.
But we've already been seeing that, right? They're taking people's wood. They're starting to arrest. I mean, they arrested a 78-year-old man the other day.
Yeah.
The police are going against their people.
But in a whole, you know what I mean? Are they? Because I've also seen videos and I've read articles where lieutenants are stepping down to join this, and I've watched them take off their helmets and throw their badges down and go and join. So it's kind of like you don't know if the majority are going to stand up and do it or not.
Now, is there any talk of military coming in and doing something, or that hasn't been put on the table?
Well, I know that my governor today just came out and talked to your guys' prime minister and was like, whatever we have to do, like, we got to shut it down now. It has to stop. It has to be over with immediately now. Cause I'm in Michigan. So I'm right below you guys. So I know that happened, but I don't, she didn't talk about military on our end.
I think, he did try to get the military into Ottawa, but they basically said, no, find someone else to do it. We're not going to go against our own people. Yeah. From what I've heard, right? I don't want to spread rumors, but that's what I heard. So, and I don't think I don't think the military would want to do that.
So I guess the big question is, how long can y'all last?
We can last. We have everything. We have everything here. We have money. We have supplies. We have everything. Like you have.
Your guys' GoFundMe's are getting shut down, and you guys don't have access to this.
We don't really have a GoFundMe here. It's just basic. Well, they did have GoFundMe there. I think it got shut down as well. I'm not sure if they're using it again. I think they're using a different source of a donation or money transfer or whatever, so it doesn't get shut down again. So I'm not actually sure how far they've gotten with that. But
Give, send, go. Give, send, go.
What is
In
that?
case then,
Which
it's what people are donating money to. It's give, send, go.
which just got frozen again by the Ontario government.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, it
a couple hours
did.
ago. Yeah, at $8 point some million US.
The second one, the go, give, send, go one.
Yeah,
That one's been shut down now too.
by the Ontario government. Yeah.
You guys, how does that feel to know that
That's
you
like
guys
a
have
mafia.
an entire government system shitting their pants right now at you guys?
It feels amazing. Like it's like wow,
Pants.
like everybody is starting to see what actually goes on in politics, right? Like it's like wow, if I would have known this a long time ago, I think we would have voted differently, or I think people would have been paying a lot more attention, but everybody just goes on about their lives. Everybody just wants to work and live, right? Nobody really cares about what's going on in the government or what kind of choices they make or who we elect, really. I mean, people do care, but it's not like everybody really like it. They take steps. They take little steps to take away your freedom, right?
Well, Trudeau lost in the election, actually, correct?
Yeah, but he had the majority of the House, which I'm not really sure how that works, but it's like
their
basically-
electoral
It,
tax.
it is,
But it's even more shady. It's that
it's a little
there's
bit-
no
yeah.
electoral, so the liberal side, so the Democrats pretty much run the House and Senate, and they took it.
Mhm.
yeah.
So that the vote goes to the House for them.
There's no way, there's way more people like that voted for Aaron O'Toole, which he was basically the same thing, but there was way more people that voted for the conservative side, which he
Yeah.
got kicked out, by the way.
Now, when do you guys vote again?
What's that?
They are. They're taking their government.
Well, I know they're voting right
They don't
now.
Yeah. So how often is your elections? Is it every 4
That's what I
years?
Shit, I don't even know.
I don't know. I just want to be, you see, he's like, I just want to be left the fuck alone. And I didn't know a lot about government until you guys wouldn't leave me the fuck alone. And then
Right.
you have to learn about it.
I think it is every 4 years, is not?
I'm 90% sure that your guys' run's pretty similar to ours, but I'm pretty sure that's part of your guys' protest right now, though, too, is to have Trudeau step down. Yeah.
Well, Trudeau called for a re-election, which last year, I don't know how that works or what that was all about, but he basically called for a re-election. Why would you do that?
Yeah, that is weird.
That is
Yeah,
really
like, he just got re-elected 2 years ago, and now he votes for a re-election.
talk to his own people. Like he's been faking COVID for a month now to avoid talking to his own people.
It's just quarantine. He's being
Yeah.
safe. Lead by example.
Oh my lord.
Oh, maybe he's practicing his next blackface costume.
Yeah, exactly.
He's something.
I mean, Halloween is coming up.
Is it? Yeah, no, is this something that's spreading all over Canada though, or is this just strictly in Ottawa? Like, is this everywhere?
This is everywhere. I haven't heard much from Edmonton, but yeah, there was a huge convoy. It was called Coffee with Kenny that went to Edmonton, and they shut Edmonton down. As far as I know, everybody's still there. I haven't heard anything. I haven't seen much, but from what I hear, is everybody's still there. The capital
Wow.
city of Alberta, right? I think Regina had a huge protest. Manitoba, I know that they shut down their legislature building, and I'm pretty sure they're still there. Ontario, they said that a bunch of truckers from Ottawa were going to leave to Ontario, which was to fuck around with the cops, and they actually didn't leave. And then a bunch of cops went to Ontario and shut it down there, and they actually didn't leave.
I love it.
I heard that. I'm not sure if that's true, but there's so much going on. There's so much shit
No,
happening.
my favorite is the gas cans. Like,
Oh yeah.
they're out there. Like, I watched a guy drinking out of one, and I'm like, "Whoa, what is he doing?" And he's like, "Filled this one with beer. This one's water. Find the fuel. They can't search us all." And they're doing it like every few, but it's so incredible to watch like this community build like within this chaos. Like everybody.
And you know what? They've been taking fuel away from the people there, and the gas stations. If you're a cop and you want to go to a gas station get gas, they basically tell you to fuck off.
Well, I've seen police officers that just ignore it. Like as they're walking through, they're just kind of like, okay. And then I've seen some. That's why you don't know which ones are gonna.
Well, I mean, it goes back to your video, right? Like there's video of everybody going around the police, and then there's video of people shaking the police officer's hands, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. The point I wanted to make with that in my video was that, you know, your superiors are not going to stop us from doing what we want to do. They're going to listen, but it doesn't mean that we're not peaceful. We're peaceful. We don't want war. This is us. Like we want to work with you guys. We've tried to convince the cops. They're like, just come on our side, and this would be over in a day.
Well, and it would. Like if the police were to, you two boys, I swear to God, he goes off camera. If they were though, like, could you imagine that? Like if every police officer was like, you know what, you're right. It would be over in a day. But now that you're seeing it, like, or Montana. Yeah. Montana shut down too in solidarity with you guys, and they were accepting goods on horseback, like, which is bizarre to me. And now you have Michigan that's kind of like, no, come on in. Like, we're cool with it. Like, we'll shut down our bridges. It's fine. But they're going to not have a choice at some point here. They're going to have to all cave, all of them. And the more that you guys keep going, the more that we keep going, and the more that Montana keeps going, and then other states jump in. And this could be that event that just sets the whole thing off and everybody stands up.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if this is true, but apparently 50% of the Ottawa police force resigned. They're like, we're done with it.
I did see lieutenants today. I saw, but I didn't know how many, but that doesn't surprise me.
So this is on, like, obviously you guys had probably a big resignation over the vaccine mandates, right? From police officers on top of this 54%.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Wow. That's a huge.
So, like, what was life like before you guys? Because it was different. Like, I don't know if a lot of our American watchers know the difference between what was going on for you guys. What were your mandates? What was going on there that sparked all of this?
I'd say it would almost have been like California for you guys, you know? You gotta wear a mask everywhere, gotta have a vaccine everywhere you go. You can't go in and eat. You can't do anything. You gotta have a mask, which I haven't been wearing a mask. Like, I live in Texas of Canada, right? It's like,
the Texas of Canada. I love it.
we don't. I haven't been wearing a mask. Everybody else has. Like, people try to fight me. I just walk off. You're not gonna tell me to wear a mask. Go fuck yourself.
Right.
Like, you know, I go and shop everywhere. I've been going to restaurants without a mask, and if they refuse to give me service, well, I get out of there and then go somewhere else where they do support that. And then, but ever since they came in with you got to have a vaccine to eat in a restaurant, well, that's where everybody kind of was like, you know,
I don't know if
it's going too far.
Bad trait, but at least Trudeau can walk. Texas governor
Lord.
can't walk, so you know we got.
He does this every
Oh,
episode.
right, he can't walk, eh? I forgot about that.
He even gave you the Canadian A with it.
He has a brain, man. At least he has a brain.
Neither.
Yeah, the yoke is broke in that one.
It is. But it is. It's yeah, like I mean,
Come on, man. It's Texas. You guys should know better.
Well, so
Texans are the ones that hold up Texas, though. It's not Abbott.
It's not Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels can't even stand up for Texans.
Right. Now, my governor is South Florida. DeSantis is doing a pretty good job.
He's all right.
You're just jealous because you're a Texan.
Everybody out here, they love him.
Notice how he compared the Canadian side of Texas, not Florida. I mean, I'm just going to throw that out there. He didn't.
Okay.
I mean, at least y'all were allowed to legally buy seeds. I couldn't buy seeds legally. Yeah, or paint.
Yeah.
Or paint, or any home interior, anything in my state. So that was
because you would catch COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
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 Well, we don't even know where your governor's at.
I have no. We do because
I don't even know where my governor's at either. So
my governor's been gone for months until Canada's in your backyard, bitch, with their semi trucks. There's the best is when they're like, it's backup. It's just backup. We're not joining. And I'm like, those semi trucks are flying Canadian flags in downtown Detroit. Pretty sure that they're a part of it.
Right.
You see the two different governors between the Gretsch and Hot Wheels. There's a border crisis in Canada. Gretsch addresses it. There's a border crisis in Texas.
Hot Wheels
he wheels away from it as quickly as
Yeah, I haven't even thought about that. Fuck.
Yeah, but Gretsch is trying to shut it down quick. She's like, save the border.
Yeah. Here, come on in.
Meanwhile, Michigan's like, no, come on. Just come on in. We're done too. But I guess like our Ford plants, which is in Michigan, that's where we make all of our money. That's our economy. Y'all shut our Ford plants down here in Michigan.
Yeah, I heard that.
The one in Detroit, I don't know for sure the one in Detroit, but the one in Lansing did shut down. And there was rumor that the one in Detroit was shutting down next.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, they couldn't get supplies or whatever.
I want to see food shortages. Like, keep doing what you're doing. I'll hunker down. Like, we're all going to be fine. Like, I want Canada to keep going so that the lazy Americans are like, hey, maybe we should do something here too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the guys are going to keep going here. I'm not sure if there's going to be an actual food shortage or what, but I mean, so far everybody's eating. So, and at the border, we don't need more food. Like, if anybody runs out of food, you can come to the border. There's more than enough food there.
It's like we've got food in the border. If you guys run out, that's amazing. I can't.
That's the Canadian thing.
Somebody sent us a trailer full of food. It came from California, Colorado, and from somewhere else, and then somehow it got over the border. And then, all of a sudden, I seen my boss's video, and he's like, "The trailer full of food just showed up, and they have full of pretty much everything you need there."
Like, how long do you think that you guys could sit there for? If you had to guess.
I heard 3 years.
What?
Are you serious?
I heard that truckers have enough money to not distribute food to anybody for 3 years to just sit there. Now, you can correct me if I'm wrong, Cor.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Said that there's like a 3-stage plan, though. Like, that's
a 3-stage plan for anybody that's going against their government, though. Like, they're doing it the right way.
Right. Well, for Canada.
Well, they came and asked us, so you guys are not going to leave? We dropped the vaccine mandates. Yeah, we're going to leave, but it's going to be in 3 stages.
Yeah.
Right.
We're going to open up in 3 stages.
Like, new government or nothing, essentially.
What's hilarious to me is Democrats, both in Canada and in the United States, actually all over the world, any liberal side of the aisle, is saying, you guys need to stop this. Stop doing this to your citizens. You're hurting your citizens. They're putting like guilt trips. We're good. Don't worry about it. Keep doing what you're doing. Like, we're good.
But the irony of that is these are the same people.
They're fighting for you guys, though. They're fighting for all Americans.
But mind you, if you take a look at their logic, right? So these are the same people, the Democrats, liberals, whatever, are the same people that want socialism, right? Which is the workers owns the means to production, supposedly, per the socialism definition, right? This is literally the workers owning their businesses because these are all business owners. I mean, they're truckers.
Yeah.
So they own their trucking, and they are. I mean, this is essentially exactly what they would advocate for. So them of all people should be backing this.
Yeah, like most of those truckers in there. Yeah, I think all of them, they're independent, right?
Right.
And I don't understand.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say they don't drive for freaking Swift or Bison or
Right.
whatever, right? They're independent.
I'm just surprised because I had seen a report today that said it was like over 85% of truckers are vaccinated. If they're all independent, why would they be vaccinated?
Because, okay, if we actually really look at this and you just try, it's going to be really hard, but if you try to forget all of COVID, okay, and just not all people believe that all vaccines are horrible. So you're going to have, I mean, in my family alone, I'm the only one really that's not vaccinated. And all of my whole family are conservatives and they voted for Trump and they're in support of what Canada's doing because it's for choice. It's for medical freedom. So to me, it's even more incredible if that number is correct. If that number is correct and over 80% are vaccinated and they're still saying this is bullshit and we're not going to, just because we chose to do it doesn't mean that everybody has to choose to do it. So to me, it's more incredible if that number is accurate, but I think that number is bullshit.
You know what? Even if that number is accurate, which I think it's lower than that, but
yeah,
you know, I've heard from a lot of people who are vaccinated, and they're just like, this has gone beyond whether you want the vaccine or not. This is about, you know, everybody has to get the vaccine, and you have to get it. You have to get the third booster, and you know, Jason Kenney, our premier, said you're gonna have to learn to live with COVID, and what he said is that you're gonna have to get an annual COVID vaccine shot, So it's like
a flu shot.
Yeah, he's like, it's basically gonna be a flu shot, but it's gonna be a COVID shot.
And that one will be mandatory.
I'm not sure if it'll be mandatory, but he was talking about it. So
he's like, "No, why wouldn't they carry it?"
They're basically saying that it's not going away, and we're going to push down harder on this, right?
Yeah, I mean, Trudeau isn't backing down.
Not yet,
but
I can't even say what I want to happen to them.
I just don't know why he hasn't yet with, like, look at what's happening to your country right now. Your entire country is turning against you, and you're like, oh, I have COVID. I have to stay home. I'll Skype you.
Well, I can tell you from everybody like on the conservative side down here that I know and have communicated with, a lot of us would love to come up to Canada, but obviously we can't enter the country because most of us aren't vaccinated to be able to get up there.
But I do know that here in Michigan tomorrow, or no, it'll be Saturday. They're holding rallies all throughout Port Huron and up by where you guys are in the bridge and stuff like that. So like they are already spilling at least into here. I've seen it for this Saturday. There's like a big one up here in Michigan for you guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I also heard that WestJet from Calgary, the Calgary office, they canceled 20% of the flights in March because they're like, these travel restrictions are stupid.
Mm-hmm. How long do you? Someone wants to know how long you think that Trudeau will will hold out for.
I don't know, honestly. I think he's too worried about looking pretty and you know, he just wants to be right. He thinks he's right. He's saying the only way to get out of this is with mandatory restrictions. So I don't know. I think as long as we keep holding up the pressure, let God do the work in the government. Like they're already caving. They're already panicking. Let them kill themselves, right? Not literally, but like let the government just fall.
Let them eat themselves.
Yeah.
Oh, they're scared shitless of you guys. I mean, at least our media is a little bit more honest about that than maybe yours. But like they're obviously scared. I mean, they're caving, and they're even caving here in America because of what you guys are doing in Canada.
I've seen that.
Don't look, Americans. It's nothing to see here. Yeah. Don't look.
Well, yeah, they're lifting all the mask mandates across the country.
Yeah.
I see New York, California. Yep.
Chicago. Yep.
Yeah.
Not until March. Not until March, though. It's still contagious until then.
Trudeau is not reading the room. He's not.
No.
He's like that drunk girl that can't take a fucking hint. Like, we don't like you and you need to go home.
I mean, you knew he wasn't reading the room right when he left for COVID, and then comes out with an interview looking
Some
like-
random cabin in the woods.
I mean, that's the undisclosed location.
I mean, Tucker Carlson said it best. We knew where Saddam Hussein is. We can't even find where Trudeau's at.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
put that in perspective.
Yeah.
They have him
Yeah.
so they have these oh dude, it's so corrupt, and our government's working with your government, and they're all sucking
funny
each other's
thing is,
dicks. It's so
If you
gross.
listen to, like Trudeau's speeches, it's literally a playbook of the same speeches that they gave about January 6th for the American people.
Basically the same
No,
thing.
he's got that insurrection
devices,
ride
yeah.
the whole way.
Oh, we knew that shit was going to happen.
Everything. I mean, it's literally out of the playbook that they did here in America.
Theirs is way cooler than ours, though. We just walked
Yeah,
around
we
the
walked.
Capitol. They shut down the whole fucking country.
So, question.
We walked away.
Like, Canada's I'm just shook, like, as an American, because it's always a joke here. It is that, like, you guys say sorry for everything, and you're always super polite, and, like, you're unarmed. And then Canada's like, hold my maple syrup. I'm leading the fucking revolution. And it's just,
We're nice until you piss us off,
it's
basically.
beautiful to see, though. It is.
Well, the United States never had to worry about closing the Canadian border at all because Canadians were like, we don't want to fucking go there. They
Well,
never wanted to come over to the United States.
Yeah.
So we keep the southern border wide open.
We're like,
Well, you could. No Canadian would even come over. They'll be like, how much you paying me to go there? Pfft, not worth it. I'm good. I'm going to stay over here. Thank you.
Yeah, they're just comfortable over here, eh?
they're sick of all of us coming over there for our 19th birthdays to get drunk. Like, that was what you did in Michigan. Like, we're going to Canada, turn 19.
Right.
Yeah.
So with that being said, and the United States, you guys have made a ripple across, obviously, the world because, I mean, it's literally going on worldwide.
Mhm.
Our president's poll numbers came out today. It is the lowest in this point of his presidency than any president in history. It's at 39%.
Well, it's not history yet.
No,
Not yet.
at this point.
But it
No,
might be
at this point. At
Right.
this point.
Yeah.
At this point, out of any president in history, it's the lowest approval rating.
Yeah. So a
Over 56% of Americans disapprove of the Biden of Biden. All that
You guys
administration.
have-
Well, of course, he's not a real
You guys
president.
laugh at us,
He's
though,
a
when you
fake
look at our
president,
president.
just like our prime minister is.
Do you guys? Yeah, good
Yeah,
He
question.
didn't actually win.
Ass off at us right now that's the guy that's running the country. You guys like really they went from Trump to that shit? Like, what's going on, America?
Yeah,
Yeah,
are you
it's-
guys laughing at us?
I would be
No,
laughing.
we're all like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess people would
Probably-
be laughing at you, but like everybody's like, fuck that guy, fuck Biden. Everybody, like, nobody likes that guy. Everybody has a lot of respect for America, but everybody's seen what's going on. It's all
Yeah, what's your
mail-in ballots and with all that bullshit. Like,
I identify as non-binary.
That shit ever. I need that shit. It's gotta happen. All right.
I mean,
so
we laugh at our
Kelly-
governor too, or our president too.
Kelly wants to know if the overall vibe in Canada about our president is if he actually has dementia. Like, do you guys talk about that?
well, in this office we do because everybody here is a freaking, we're all conservative, right? Or, you know, everybody's seeing what's going on, and that guy, he doesn't have a straight head.
No.
He's old. He's like my grandpa. It's like it's as if your grandparents who meet at McDonald's on a Sunday morning and talk about their knitting and their bullshit. It's them who are running the country. Think about that. He's fucking. How old is he? He's 80 some years old, and Fauci's the same age, and so is Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah.
I mean, in all reality, it's all of our leadership, even on the conservative side. Like, because we got
We don't have term limits.
yeah, we don't have term limits, so all our entire leadership in our country is ancient history.
Yeah.
Oh, they've been running it since.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who it is. I mean, Harry Reid.
Talk about not reading the room. None of them. They don't. They're all dinosaurs. They didn't even know what a fucking cell phone was. They've all still been working on flip phones, and we want these guys to run the country.
free.
Yeah, and here in America, you can come and get a crack pipe for free.
So maybe the
from
truckers,
Joe Biden.
when they win their victory, they come down here and get a bunch of crack and
Get
crack pipes.
Yeah.
Yes, I love
Yeah, hey,
that.
what happened with that?
How much
So
money
what,
did
$30
what
million.
happened there?
They're retracting it basically.
Oh,
so
it didn't go
what?
land.
Well, what the program means actually
Okay.
is they're going to be setting up safe sites for people to go and do the drugs.
Because
So
that's
they
better than giving away crack pipes.
now
That's-
hold on, correct. So what they were talking about when they give crack pipes away, I guess they said it was misconstrued. Jenny, our press secretary, if you've never seen Chucky, Child's Play, rent it. It's so good. She's the star in that show. So Jenny told us that in these little kits, there's no crack pipes, babe. What they have is no. Inside the kit, what they have is lip balm. I'm sorry, I can't make this shit up because it's so bad.
Like this is really happening in America.
Oh yeah. Oh wait. Oh, and there's lip balm. Lip balm. I can't do it. I'm sorry. It's real. This is real.
Okay, lip balm.
Balm. Sanitized wipes.
Okay.
And then
It's
little things to help them just to stay clean and sanitized.
Who is them? Who are we giving these to?
Crackheads!
Just crackheads? Like, what if I'm addicted to like heroin? Can I get one?
Oh, they're doing heroin.
Yes! In this
fuck, I don't
tent,
know.
these sites, these safe zones are for you to go shoot and smoke crack safely.
And then they give you like a little gift basket on your way out.
Probably a gift bag, I would assume.
Do you think it's lip balm from the White House?
I think it's Jen Psaki's farts in a jar.
Yeah, I got a question. Is Hunter Biden opening the first one?
Well, I know that he's for sure. He's very artistic. I don't know if you heard. So what he's going to do
I
is
own several of his paintings.
Yeah, I've seen his pictures that he takes, like from this kind of angle, you know,
Mhm.
yeah,
Very artistic.
with his claw
very,
back. Yeah.
That guy
very,
is
yeah.
fucking
This is what we're dealing with here, and we laugh about it, but I mean, this is real. What's happening?
If you don't laugh about it, you're just gonna sit around and cry about it. You'll sit around and cry about all the people who have lost their jobs, and you have to have somewhat of a sense of humor about it, or it'll destroy you.
Well, and I haven't seen a supporter of this kind of stuff. Like I haven't seen even in like a Canadian like liberal person, but how they look like. I haven't seen them come up to me or whatever, and because I think if they would start talking to me about this, I would look at them and be like,
Yeah, do you guys have counter protesters for this?
I've seen a couple that were in Ontario, but they're like it's just like 5 people.
What do they say?
It's like 5 people.
they didn't.
They
Now,
don't
now
say anything. They just finger you. Like they're like "fuck you." And
Oh, we don't like freedom, so fuck you, right?
Yeah.
Freedom.
Oh,
figure you in
actually,
the
yeah,
U.S.
I just-
is something different.
My actually told me today, the convoy that went up to Edmonton, when was it? It was last week. The convoy was called Coffee with Kenny. Anyways, they roll up there, and there's some guy. He's fucking pissed off as shit, and he drives past them. He gives him the finger, fingers everybody, and then tries to drive in front of him. So the convoy goes around him, and there was cars stopped in the other lane for whatever reason, and he's just speeding 110 kilometers, not miles. He's just speeding 110, fingering everybody, and all of a sudden, boom! Crashes into another car, and he's just all pissed off. Well, it's his fault, right? And there was a different guy. He in the opposite lane was fingering everybody, and he hit a patch of ice, and then slammed.
Now, when you
into the
guys
ditch.
finger, like 1 finger, 2 fingers.
I'd say 3. I'd say 3.
I go with 3. Now, let me ask you a question here because our wonderful friends in the BLM activists. Now, have they switched this? Have they switched this over now yet to race? Because I'm just waiting for them to show up. Is this a racist situation at all, or the convoy?
You got everybody here. You got freaking Muslim.
But is BLM against it, or are they for it?
Well, Trudeau said it was racist, that it was a
And
bunch
That's
so-
my question. Well, they always look to capitalize. Yeah.
Transphobic and homophobic.
Oh, of course. Of course.
it's all the phobics. All the
Of course.
phobics.
Of course it
I
is.
haven't seen
Why
one
wouldn't it
that
be?
Everything is racist.
Right.
I
So,
can't-
like obviously, I'm sure you remember 9/11 here in America. And then after 9/11, we had what we called 9/12, obviously, because it was the next day. And we saw, like, obviously, American flags all over the place, unity for the most part, all across
That's a really good
the United States, right? Is that kind of how it's feeling for Canada? Just like 90% of the country coming together, Canadian flags all over the place, just kind of uniting over this thing, or?
Well, the thing is, I was probably not even a year old when it happened, so I don't remember that. I've been told what it was like, and I've never felt this kind of unity ever in my life. You know, people are starting to put up their American or their Canadian. There's a lot of people here. They love America. Everybody has American flags. A lot of people have American flags. Anyways, they put their Canadian flags up in their front porch like the Americans always do. Like you see the Americans. Like it's starting to happen over here.
That's not common
People,
for you guys to do there, right? Like you guys don't do that there like we
not
do here.
really. No, you don't really see that too often. So
Why would
No
you guys,
other country does besides us.
why would you fly a racist flag like the American flag? That's what we're told here in America, that our own flag,
They're told, yeah, we're told that we're racist because we're.
which I find ironic that it's flown all over the country to represent freedom, but in America it's oppression.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's usually white people
Yeah.
from BLM that think that. So,
white people from Black Lives Matter, all the Antifas, and
yeah,
the
they're all
Bidens and-
white. There's not a single black person there, actually. They don't even know what's going on. They're like, what? There's a fucking activist. There's one woman, though. She
BLM
made out. There's one bitch. She made out. She's got airplanes, limos, mansions, all over.
Well,
That's
that-
60 million, right?
Well, that's why BLM can't be there or put out a statement, because their $60 million are missing.
Yeah. Well, they don't care. The white girl that works at Starbucks, she's still donating to BLM. Yay for her. Good job, Sarah from Wyoming. Keep on going, girl. Yay. Walgreens ran out of your green hair dye, girl.
Oh, I love this guy.
From Wyoming. What's wrong with you? Have they come out yet? I don't know. I don't know if you know this, but here in America,
When I was 18.
Black Lives Matter raised over. I can't. Black Lives Matter here raised over $60 million, and they don't know where it went. They can't find it from like the last 2 years. And the DOJ is investigating them now, and they have 60 days to respond. Ant's joking on his
Oh,
God.
shit.
But that's like a real thing here.
Is that coffee he's
Where'd the
choking
money
on, or
go?
Jimmy?
I'm not sure. He's crying. He's good. Get it together.
But seriously,
Van
where'd the
Damme.
money go? Yeah.
Listen, I just so you know, Cor, I make jokes out of all politics. I think it's all
That's what we
clown
need.
shit. Yeah, I think it's all clown shit. These people are all they, I can't even say it on public what I think needs to happen to these politicians.
Yeah.
But let's just say
Favorite.
there's no ice cubes where they're going. I'll let you know that. None.
Reelected.
No,
here.
it's gonna be a
Rome,
pretty
they
hot
were like
place there.
throwing them in the garbage cans. Like, I want to say it. I want to throw a politician in a garbage can. I won't hurt them. It won't be long-term damage. But in Rome, they were literally pulling leaders out and throwing them in the garbage. Like,
You know what?
Throw
I
it.
wouldn't be surprised to see that at this point. If they catch,
Why
like,
can't we do that?
like if they just catch Trudeau on
Canada
that
has more balls than us,
beach,
Aunt.
he's gone.
But I mean, our own politician, AOC felt like she was sexually assaulted. She was 17 blocks away. She
From
wasn't
Jan-
even in the same building on January 6th. Yeah! She felt like shit.
I see the correlation.
Oh,
That's what Trudeau is now doing to
Yeah, they're
all of
literally
this.
taking the,
It's
like I said, the
same
playbook.
It's the same speeches. It's all the same words. It's all the same
I
thing.
do. When January 6th happened in the United States,
Here's
I
the
knew that shit was gonna be used all over the world.
But you
But
know
here's
what?
the thing is that the Canadians aren't buying it. We bought it, and so we haven't protested since then. Canadians said, "Screw you.
We're
We
going
don't.
out.
We don't care about image. We don't care what the media says about us. We're taking our country back, regardless of the fact." And I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Very admirable and inspiring for sure.
So I have a question about the January 6th thing. When that happened, I was watching it, and I was basically watching it live, like when Mike Pence was in the House, and they were doing their thing there. Those didn't seem like they were real Trump supporters to me. Like, that must have been bullshit.
See,
Even the Canadians get it.
There's no way that those guys were actual Trump supporters.
no, it wasn't. It was the guy that you guys had in the Crown in Canada with the
Ski mask. The ski mask,
ski mask.
which might have been
Same
Trudeau's.
situation. Same situation.
They're just paid agitators. Some of them are paid.
But here's the thing: the Canadians were self-aware enough that they kicked the guy out before they continued on their protest. We didn't.
Oh, yeah.
We allowed them to continue to agitate, and we didn't do anything.
No.
Where the Canadians said, "We're stopping everything. We're kicking this one guy out that's agitating things. It doesn't belong here." Clear as day when he's holding the Confederate flag in Canada, of all places. Like,
Right, a brand new flag. Come on.
Yeah.
and y'all kicked him out, and rightfully so, and didn't take it. And that's what future protests here in America need to do. I mean, in all honesty, as Americans, we absolutely need to be taking note of exactly what's happening in Canada.
We become a bunch of pussies.
We have.
But what happened
I don't
on
even-
January 6th, all those people that raided what's it called? The
Capital.
People's House? The Capitol, yeah.
Thank you. The people's house.
Those guys,
This guy
to
knows.
me,
guys.
it seemed like it was a backdoor in. Like they weren't there with Trump. They weren't
Right.
standing like in front of the White House. They were actually like there was a backdoor in, and the cops they let him through. Like they kind of almost opened the barricades, and they're like,
No, they did
going in.
physically open the barricade for them. They physically opened it. And then we have images. I remember I was watching it with one of my friends, Danny, on FaceTime. And we're looking at it. And I'm like, why do they look like tourists? We were making fun of it. I'm like, you guys look like a bunch of wusses. You're just walking around like you're tourists of the Capitol right now.
I said the same thing. Yeah.
Pictures. And then
They
you
were
had this
smiling
group.
and they stayed in between the lines like they're supposed to. I mean, that didn't look pretty dangerous.
and the guy with the buffalo horns. What the fuck was that all about? Like,
We don't
what?
even know.
You
Nobody
don't seem like a
knows.
real fucking Trump supporter.
I mean, there's just weirdos everywhere, right? Like,
oh yeah.
there's extremists. There's, he was something.
Yeah.
I have a little favor to ask, and hopefully you can meet this kind of favor. So when you guys improve your government, can you improve your whiskey too?
You don't like a whiskey, eh?
Canadian,
You tried
Canadian.
Crown Royal.
I can't
Huh?
drink that.
Have you tried the Crown Royal?
No, I
Have we tried Crown Royal?
Royal. I can
Crown
try
Royal is
Canadian
good.
Mist and all
Probably
that
the best
stuff.
whiskey you can get around here.
Crown Royal?
Yeah.
I think I had that in a strip club once.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Strippers keep their stripper money.
Well,
in the
now
back.
they have Crown Royal Peach. Have you tried that?
Yeah. That
Oh
shit's
my
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It
we had
is.
a bunch here, actually.
Gin.
I'm drinking Angels.
Yeah.
Bottle of whiskey. It was $89 freaking dollars.
That was
It was $89. 88.
$89.
What?
This is $40 in
It's
Texas.
$80 here.
It's $40. It's $40 in
Wait,
Texas.
so in Canada that would be how much then? 90? What's the price up?
Currency is
yeah,
different.
it would be about 90, 95.
Damn.
I do got a serious question because this is something that so as Americans, obviously we fight at any time we can when it comes to socialism of any sort, and automatically all the pro-socialism people automatically point to Canada when it comes to healthcare. How well is y'all's healthcare?
That is a big fight here. Is that the same healthcare as what you guys have because your healthcare is so amazing.
Shit, I don't go to the doctor much, so I'm not the right guy to ask.
Thank
But I think it's not too bad. I've had one surgery around here, but I don't think it's
How
too
much
bad,
did that
but
cost?
Nothing.
I have healthcare.
Yeah,
Right.
they don't. They have
But you have
universal
to.
cost.
It depends. If you make a certain amount, then you have to pay. Right.
Yeah.
So obviously, if you're no, I don't even think there is private healthcare up here.
I don't think so either. I think it's just
But
universal.
you guys pay out the ass in taxes.
You pay out the ass in taxes. That's right.
See? I mean,
See.
yeah.
I wouldn't say the healthcare system is bad. I don't think so. But like right now, if you want to go to a hospital and if you have an emergency, if like to say your kid is sick or whatever, and they'll take the kid in, but if you're not vaccinated, well, you can't come in and see them, right? So
Yeah.
they're full of shit.
Yeah, they're doing that shit here too.
Yeah.
It's called Biden care.
I didn't care.
Oh, I see.
Three fingers, and they punch your pussy on your
No,
way out.
No, Lou.
Oh, fuck.
That was a great thing to end the show with, right at 10 o'clock. That's how Aunt wants to go.
The guy that
They
doesn't
just
do
take 3 in the pussy.
the guy that doesn't do anything with pussy is talking about 3 in the pussy.
Oh shit.
I can't.
Well, Cor,
I dabbled a couple times. That strip
We're
club
gonna
was
play
fun.
your video on the way out too for anybody who missed. Cord made a video
very
that we
powerful video.
amazing video, and we're gonna play it again too at
Yeah.
our outro. Where can
Perfect.
they follow you at? Where can people find you at on social media?
You can follow me at Cor_DSLR, which stands for Diesler, the company I work for. So yeah, Cor_DSLR. That's where you can find it.
On TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook,
Everywhere.
everywhere.
On
Everywhere.
Facebook, it'd be Cor Wiebe, but yeah, you have to.
Okay. And so yeah, anything that we can help with, please reach out to any of us here.
Absolutely.
We'd be glad to help in any way.
Well, I appreciate the podcast, and I appreciate that so many Americans are looking up here and they're saying, like you guys are doing the right thing, and
yeah,
You are.
we absolutely back you.
Yeah,
And
we're standing with
yeah.
you 100%.
and that's what keeps all these guys going here, right? Like everybody, I've been down at Coots. I've seen the guys there. Like there's nobody on their phone. Nobody really knows what's going on the outside. They just think they're closing the border, right? And there's a little bit of politics going on there. Some feedlots, they're not in favor of what's going on because they can't haul their cattle over. But we've happened in negotiations, like we'll open it for whoever hauls cattle through it and stuff like that. But we're all in this together. You guys are gonna have to fight. If you go talk to your government. You guys are the ones that
we tried, and then they all left.
yeah.
So
We should have never left that building that day.
Should have never left
Amen.
the way that they did. You park and you set up shop with what Canada did. And Canada should inspire and lead, and everyone needs to go and do what they're doing.
I can't even say live what should have happened because FBI will enter the chat. I'll tell you after.
I entered the
We
chat,
we
for sure.
should have burned down the Capitol. But on top of that, Cor, what advice do you have for Americans, and what can we do?
Drinks.
You know what?
Out of my Constitution cup. Yeah,
You guys are way better off than we are. You guys have the Second Amendment. We don't have that out here. But
This is true.
yeah, but are we spoiled by it? Are we spoiled by all of our American privilege? Because that is being American.
I think
Holding our
people
government.
in America, like obviously you guys are like there's a lot of patriots out there, but I think they should definitely start. I don't know a lot of Americans, but I feel like up in Canada here, everybody seemed like they were all so divided, and everybody was like not really talking to each other. And now we have a convoy going from down here up to Edmonton, and we have an Edmonton convoy coming down here. It's like the whole province is getting to know each other, right? So
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe just start.
Ooh,
uniting
it's
more,
almost
start-
like the end of the world, and like all these new civilizations are meeting each other. And like,
That's what it is. It's you eat and you join, and then you
yes,
because that's who fixes it. People forgot that all of the power lies within us.
That's right.
Do you think that your movement's growing?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
that thing's growing.
Yeah,
Like crazy.
absolutely.
Like after
No.
every like they try to shut us down, and every time they try that, we just get more support. There's just more people showing up, more reinforcement coming, more people asking, "Hey, are you guys okay? Do you need anything down there?" Like there's a guy, there's like they're trying to see if they can bring helicopters down there. Somebody dropped off supplies in a helicopter. There was a flight restriction in the area, and so they just landed in the field and they just unloaded the helicopter, and they're like, "Here you go." So
That's shocking.
and yeah.
No, it truly is amazing to see what all is going on up there. I mean,
I'm in love with this.
That's when I cry, Julie. When he in that video, it's the horses. It's like when you go back to the roots of it, and you're like, "Fuck it, I can't get in a car. Mount up. We're still going." It's crazy.
That's right.
I don't think that they. It was Trump 5D chess. That's
Oh, here we go with this
It
shit.
was
Now.
the people, Janet. Shut up.
So we truly want to know like what we can do to help. You know, if it's helping spread truth that the media is not telling, if it's supplies, if it's money. I mean, just continue to let us know how us Americans can help, because from what I understand is we have a convoy starting March 1st that's heading across the country to go to DC, and then hopefully the border. I would prefer we shut down the Mexican border, but instead of the Canadian border.
Yep.
And that we support you guys and everything that's going on. So I do appreciate you taking out the time to come and join us, because we hear a lot of, obviously our news is just as crooked as you guys' news, and we're told you guys are terrorists and all sorts of stuff. And
We're
there's
so
violence.
that you guys are told that we are.
Yeah. And so, anytime that we can help spread, what the truth is that's really going on down there that the media is lying about, to help you guys, we absolutely are behind you guys 100%.
In any way, I would just like to put out there how big this thing actually is. I mean, I have another video that I'm gonna send you. It was put together by Canadian Heritage, some media type, I'm not sure, but it's a very, very nice video. It's professional as shit. So I'm gonna send it over to you.
You on again? Like as this thing is going, I'd love to bring you on again while it's going on. And if you know anybody else that would like to come on and put it out there, like we're open to that completely.
Yeah, we want to back you guys however we can. 100%.
We have people from the States coming up. Like there was people going all the way to the Canadian border here, and they were watching the protest. They're just sitting there in lawn chairs. They're watching it, right? So that kind of support is what keeps the guys going there. Yeah. Everybody's watching it. Everybody's like, they want to see what happens next.
You're inspiring us, so you guys have to keep going so that it spreads here, and then we can all just get this shit show taken care of once and for all.
Thanks, Cor.
Yeah, thank
you.
All
right, guys, we're gonna play Cor's video on the way out as well.
Awesome.
So, yeah, thank you so much, Cor, for coming on.
I'm out.
It's right there. Okay, thanks.